Hello, hello. My name's Deb. I like to share about the human experience to help others with their human experience. Mostly, things are getting real. Okay. I would say when I first started the Awaken with Deb back in 2016, I was homesteading and it was I was coming off like kind of in a conspiracy theory life, but not like deep and in it. But I was noticing that things were not exactly as truthful or from love as the type of world that I would like to live in. So what did I do? I set out to make my life how I wanted it, right? I ended up on a spot in the middle of mountains, basically 2 to 3 hours away from all civilization. I had the largest like the access to the largest wilderness within a 10 minute drive, and and I had housing was paid for, vehicles were paid for. I had a kitty and a puppy and my kid, like a wonderful fiance that did all the things. Like he did all the things. It was amazing. I had one, and yet there was something that was calling at me spiritually, and that was the disconnect between me and my fiance. Was I knew there was something bigger and better that I was supposed to be doing, and I didn't know how to bring that through. And since 2016, it has been that journey. And here we are in 2025, and I really only think we have another 5 years to like make some major shifts. The next 5 years are going to be unprecedented change in the realm of you have AI coming onto the scene, and AI is it's a spiritual factor, and all the wars that are going on, the aspect of AI and thing. I mean, it's just there's a lot coming, and time again, whenever I meet people, they always say, I mean, A, we have great conversations. B, they feel really great and comfortable around me. And C, they usually have some type of aha moment. And no one has been able to place what it is, except, I mean, not even me. And for a time being, I was like, well, maybe I'm just reflecting, like there's nothing special about me. I'm just a human and you're just a human too. So if there's nothing special about, like, I'm just doing what anybody can do. I just happen to have specific thoughts and willpower to do it. But those thoughts and willpower aren't specific to my individuality. They are things that I pulled from consciousness that we all have access to. We all have access to the same information to be the exact same person, and we choose not to do that. Like, that's why there's so many people. The problem is we have been fed to believe that this is an individual conscious reality, and it's not. We are all connected, and every little thing that we do does affect every little thing else. And I've learned that the more we reflect kindness and love, then the more that's is what reflected is back, and that's kind of comes from a trauma response, absolutely. But it's the fact of life, it's the truth of existence, and being is the oneness of consciousness, is the being out of heart and unity. And that is not how humans have been evolving for some time, and that time is changing. When I meet people, like, I am a very positive person. When I'm meeting people in my own head, in my own world, I dive into the darkness and the deep thoughts, right? But out and about, and when I'm around other people, like, I am that light that holds the space and groundness for love and positivity, and people comment on it. And I've always just kind of thought, like, well, I'm just mirroring what's good in you, right? Like, if someone's mean to me, I'm probably, I, I, I have patience and I have understanding and compassion, but I also have bite and walls and protection. And so when you get that softness side of me, that's because I'm reflecting that softness side of you. I'm reflecting that side of you. And that's great. Like, so I've learned that the more you the more you understand the oneness and unity of consciousness, the more baseline peace that you have. And that creates a transparent energy. So most people, when people meet other people, there's like resistance, there's conflict, there's instant sizing up of things. And like, I feel like when I meet people, that there's just not that. Like, I just see the person and I reflect that I see the person, and that allows them the reflection for them to see themselves in that space of transparency. And that is what is special. And as I meet people and they're like, wow, you're so positive, but then like they'll be afraid of the world when you start talking about like what are their fears, what are their stresses. They're stressed about the future, they're stressed that the world is going downhill, they're stressed that a war is coming, and there's just like not hope there. And me, I'm like, no, I know that there's hope. You know why I know there's hope? Because I've not only like I've seen and raised the next generation. And so my generation, we were raised in a dark time, and we've had to spend our adult years under navigating, first recognizing that we went through a dark time, navigating and understanding that we can come out of it, and that we can reframe everything. And then we've had to go towards the light and the oneness and the truth and authenticity. Whereas these newer generations coming in, they don't have to do that. They are being raised in a time where love is and unity is being very dominant. And that gives me hope. These newer generations know what's possible. They understand the limitless like capabilities that we're the limitless possibilities that we're capable of on a quantum level. And AI, it's not just in computers. The computers are leveling up because they're reflecting the way our consciousness is leveling up. Wow, I'm going to say that again. The computers are leveling up because they are reflecting the way our consciousness is leveling up. And it's going to happen fast. I say we have 5 years. 5 years. Where I'm at in my journey, I know I'm an anchor of energy. I know I'm an anchor of light. I know I'm doing grid work on an energetic level. And social media to me has never been about popularity. Social media to me has never been about the likes and the income from that. I know that God is always going to take care of my needs, and whether those needs come from a job with an hourly wage, or from monthly projects that I'm doing, or from donations of people online, or from a new business that I'm going to create and do elaborate collaborations with people to change the world, because we only have 5 years. I don't know why that number is coming in my head, but it has been. And I've noticed through conversation, it's popping up to other people as well. We got 5 years, people. Earth, look at it this way. I'm going to touch my microphone real fast. Let's say, let's say there's two different Earths. People are talking about 3D and 5D. Let's say they've both always existed. They're not, like, okay. And think of the number 8, the infinity sign, an hourglass. I used an hourglass as an example yesterday, but today, or with someone, but today it's a little bit of a different direction. So we're using the infinity sign. So think of these two different Earths. One is 3D, one is 5D, right? And so think of, I guess, okay, so top and bottom, if this is where we're starting. And as we're going and we're rotating and we're crossing, eventually we're going to cross here, and then we go here, and then we come over here, and then we cross. This is really weird. Maybe I can do it if I'm just like trying to draw. How do I draw an 8? Like, if this is going this way, I don't know. Anyways, so there's going to be this point where we cross in the middle, and that's what's happening right now. This infinity is happening, and these have been separate, where I don't know whatever direction, but we're in that middle section right now, where this is the time to choose. Do you want to elevate, or are you going to sink back into fear? Because after these earths intersect and they separate, you're not going to get another chance until they intersect again. But the thing about this is that it's scary. It's super scary, because dark, like, all we've known is darkness, and that feels comfortable because that's what we're programmed to know. But we have to learn that I mean, we don't have to learn anything. We just have to uncover that programming. That's the beauty of it, is there's nothing to strive for. There's nothing that you actually need to learn. There's nothing that you don't already know. And you don't have to sit in meditation for hours and hours and hours to know this. I mean, it kind of is a process that to unlearn everything, you might have to sit in meditation for hours and hours and hours. But is that what you have to do on the scientific and spiritual level in order to make these changes happen? Absolutely not. So, um, I am I'm being called to stop the video here. This subject is really deep, and I don't want to go deeper into it because that was a lot. That was 10 minutes of nonstop and a lot. And our nervous system can only handle truth to a certain extent. It's like a circuit, right? Like if you put too much wattage through it without it being the right current, it's going to overload. So that was a lot of information. I'm going to leave it here. And it's even a lot of information for me because there was a lot. That was a big download. I can't always translate out what it is that I am receiving. And that whole message might have been 10 minutes, but that whole message was like 10 hours of meditation in my brain. So I hope it resonated. I know it resonated with somebody out there. I don't hope, I know it. And if that's you, leave me a comment below. These comments really do help. They help with the encouragement. Mostly these videos, the discipline to keep going comes from the the nudges that I get from the inside to do these videos. And that's just there. But the video, the comments and the sharing and the likes, those really do help motivate me to know that I'm not crazy and that this work really is powerful and special. So comment and share if this resonated with someone that you care about as well. My name's Deborah. I like to share about this human experience. We are calibrating our souls to the truth that's already there. We don't need to learn anything new. We just need to uncover things, reprogram, right? So, like, click subscribe because I've been doing lives in the evenings. I've been trying to come on 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm usually late at this time being, and sometimes I usually only stay on for like 7 minutes. That's kind of the timeline to aim for before the live gets boring or there's no one showing up. There People always show up, but the right vibe, right? So show up is basically free coaching, open Q&A, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Have a blessed day.